Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team. Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
A State Line Air Force pilot makes his way back to his hometown. He says his special visit's all about sparking interest in aviation.
A Freeport landmark receives an upgrade. We'll hear from supporters about the unique space they say needed to be saved.
And the Illinois lottery is still up for grabs. We'll have the new jackpot ahead of tomorrow's drawing. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy.
And I'm Eric Wilson. The United States Air Force 37th Helicopter Squadron is flying across the country. As part of their trip, pilots have been stopping by their hometowns.
Drea Baroni made her way out to Stillman Valley High School for a special landing. Drea?
That's right, Eric and Mimi. Stillman Valley High School experienced some high-flying fun this morning. Mitchell Hendrickson, Stillman Valley alum and Air Force captain, landed an SVHS helicopter on the school's football practice field today. Hendrickson is a part of a United States Air Force initiative that hopes to pique young people's interest in a career in aviation.
They want to become a pilot or a flight engineer or anything like that. Anything's possible.
That initiative is spread nationwide, making pit stops in many pilots' hometown to inspire the next generation. Eric.
Thanks, Drea. A Freeport woman pleads guilty in connection to a 2019 murder her son committed. 45-year-old Thomas Fort was found dead on South Adams Avenue in Freeport. Someone beat him to death. According to investigators, Fort was killed about a mile away. Javian Adams and his mother Jennifer moved Fort's body. Javian already pled guilty to the murder. He got 35 years in prison. Jennifer pleaded guilty last week to concealment of a homicidal death and obstructing justice. She's set to be sentenced in December. A State Line police agency asks people to watch out for financial scams. The Lee County Sheriff's Office warns the public about several imposter scams that have stolen thousands of dollars. One instance had a man claiming he was from the Federal Trade Commission. In another, the scammer called the victim to tell them their bank account had been hacked and they needed to withdraw money for a federal security deposit. Crooks may provide badge numbers or names of actual law enforcement to sound credible. Lee County's sheriff says if you believe you were ripped off by a scam like this, report it to police, the FBI, and the FTC.
Illinois is set to abolish the practice of cash bail. The Fairness Act is set to take effect next Monday. It will eliminate cash bail as a condition of pretrial release. Critics of cash bail say the policy is especially unfair to people of color. One Illinois mother says she almost lost everything because she couldn't pay her bond.
You look guilty because you're in jail. So I felt stigmatized by that. Every time I would have to go before the judge wearing this uniform, my hands shackled at my waist, and I'm wearing leg irons and chains, and I'm walking before the judge like that. So nothing that I say is pertinent to him because I'm just some criminal.
Studies have shown that being detained pre-trial can have a negative outcome on a person's case.
Community members prepare to stand by and support sexual assault survivors. Rockford Sexual Assault Counseling is holding its 4th annual Dispelling the Darkness Candlelight Vigil. Tonight, proceeds go toward direct services at the counseling center. Staff members and survivors will share their stories. You're looking at video from a previous event. The vigil starts at 6:30 at Rock Valley College's Starlight Theater. There's also a virtual option on the RSAC Facebook page. Eyewitness News is committed to supporting survivors and finding resources to help them recover. We have a list of those on our website, mystateline.com. Just click on the State Line Strong tab.
A Freeport landmark is getting an upgrade.
Raquel Delgado visited the Oakdale Tabernacle. She talked with advocates who fought to keep it from being torn down. Raquel, why do they say this place is so special?
Yeah, Eric and Mimi, the Oakdale Tabernacle has been around since 1915, more than 100 years. The group tells me it's a unique space worth saving so all can enjoy.
I just love old buildings, and I see that value. My husband and I both see the value of saving a building for future generations.
Kathy Wilkin tells me she remembers coming to the Tabernacle when she was a Girl Scout.
We used to come out here. We would walk from Freeport and come out here and have little programs, and then we would have our award ceremony out here.
When word got out of possibly tearing the tabernacle down, a committee was created to save the historic building. They officially took it over from the Freeport Park District in 2021, entering in a 20-year lease agreement in which they are in charge of repairs, maintenance, and running the century-old building. Committee member Joe Konoski says their team is dedicated to restoring the historic landmark.
One of the things that really makes this building special is the inside. It's steel girder construction. A man from Rockford came over here in 1915 and 2 months put the steel up that's supporting this building. So it's one of the only, if not the only, steel-supported tabernacle in the area. But the steel structure inside is what makes ours unique and of real historic importance.
Rehabilitating is no easy task. The group raised $100,000 to start the cleanup and get a new roof. On August 20th, the roof was completely installed. Joe tells me they have other things they want to fix, like restoring the cupola.
We want to be able to redo a stage and be able to put on theater events, church events, but also people have asked us if they could have weddings out here.
Joe, Kathy, and the rest of the Save the Tabernacle Steering Committee hope people see the significance of the Oakdale Tabernacle and want to get involved in the project.
There's value in saving historic buildings. There's a value that's a huge value to the community, not only for Freeport, but Northwest Illinois.
Within the next year, the committee are hoping to have all of their major renovations completed to be able to have some events. If you would like to see the renovations for yourself, there will be an open house on October 7th for the reincarnation of Oakdale. Eric?
Thank you, Nikel. Thursday night's jackpot for the Illinois Lotto could be one for the history books. Nobody won last night, so the jackpot is now at $23 million. Doesn't seem like much when you think of recent Powerball prizes that topped $1 billion, but this is the highest Illinois Lotto jackpot since 2016. That one was $27 million. There hasn't been a Lotto jackpot winner since October 17th last year.
House Republicans are set to begin an impeachment inquiry into President Biden.
Up next, many GOP lawmakers say it's about time. Democratic leaders call the move absurd.
Got a few scattered showers and a couple of isolated thunderstorms moving through after temperatures today made it into the 70s, still a little bit below that average, but warmer than we were yesterday. That trend, something that'll continue this week. I'll have that warm up and some of the rain activity for tonight, all coming up in the first warn forecast a little later.
You're watching Eyewitness News, your home team with Eric Wilson, Mimi Murphy, Scott Leber, and Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
House Speaker Kevin McCarthy has given House Republicans the green light to start an impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden.
Washington correspondent Raquel Martin shows us some members of McCarthy's party say this still isn't enough.
Well, impeachment is reserved for high crimes and misdemeanors, but despite limited evidence so far, today Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy says he wants House committees to start building a case for impeachment against President Biden.
We will go wherever the evidence takes us.
Speaker of the House Kevin McCarthy is directing House committees to launch a formal impeachment inquiry into President Joe Biden. Republicans accuse the president of misusing his office as vice president to enrich himself and his son, Hunter.
Through our investigations, we have found that President Biden did lie to the American people about his own knowledge of his family's foreign business dealings.
The impeachment inquiry comes as McCarthy faces mounting pressure from conservative members of his own party. But moments after the announcement, one of them, Florida Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz, said the speaker's actions fall short.
This is a baby step following weeks of pressure from House conservatives to do more. We must move faster.
Democrats say Republicans' claims are unfounded and political.
The impeachment inquiry is absurd. The American people want us to do something that will make their lives better.
There's absolutely zero evidence that President Biden has actually engaged in any sort of support or business dealings with his son.
A White House spokesperson calls the inquiry, quote, extreme politics at its worst. And even a handful of House Republicans are publicly opposed to this impeachment inquiry. Over the weekend, Colorado Congressman Ken Buck, who's part of the conservative House Freedom Caucus, said there's simply not enough evidence connecting the president to his son's dealings. For now in Washington, Raquel Martin, back to you.
It's beginning to feel more like fall every day.
Up next, Candace will give us the details on some chilly nights and comfortable afternoons ahead.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, things have been pretty quiet for us for much of this afternoon. Temperatures warmer than where they were yesterday, but we are starting to see some of that cloud cover build up out ahead of another system working through another cold front that has brought a few showers and a couple of isolated thunderstorms across parts of the region. We can see that here on satellite and radar. A couple of thunderstorms working through parts of northwest Illinois, southwest Wisconsin. A little more steadier thunderstorm activity working through parts of Whiteside County, but what we're noticing as a lot of this activity kind of works to the east of us, it is starting to fizzle out. Reason being, we've got some dry air overhead, especially once you get east of a line from Monroe to Freeport down through Sterling. So really any prospects for some heavier rainfall moving any further east from where it is right now looks to be on the lower end. And you can see some of those showers as they kind of start to fizzle out here. This is just south of Monroe, right across the Stevenson-Greene County line as these continue to work to the southeast. So a couple of sprinkles, a light shower possible with that activity. We go a little further to the south over parts of Carroll and Whiteside County. A few rumbles of thunder and some brief heavy downpours, but these will generally weaken again as they move a little further to the southeast as well. We've got one line of shower and isolated thunderstorm activity moving through, second one coming in. So we'll hold on to that chance for a few showers and a couple of isolated thunderstorms through about 9 o'clock this evening, really kind of coming to an end through midnight, but not really expecting a lot of this activity to bring us any widespread rainfall, just as we maintain some of that drier air overhead. So that is the one downfall here as we continue to see this activity as it moves a little to our east. We'll maintain a lighter wind from the south here for tonight, but as our skies slowly begin to clear out, we hang on to some moisture, so some areas of fog will be possible late tonight into tomorrow as that temperature drops down on either side of 50 degrees. So be careful tomorrow morning if you're up early. Just know you might run into some locally dense fog, and we'll keep some cloud cover around at least through the morning, but with high pressure moving in, I do believe we'll see some sunshine going into the afternoon. Pretty quiet again for tomorrow night. We'll likely end up with again some fog tomorrow into Thursday, but by Thursday our winds begin to shift to the south, and this will bring us back into the 70s, and that's the beginning of a warming trend that we'll see as we go throughout the end of the week. Temperatures right now in the 60s, cooling off a bit there in Freeport, 64, 65 right now in Monroe. We are still at 72 in Rockford, 70 in Rochelle, and 69 our temperature in DeKalb. Our weather watcher Terry in Genoa, no rainfall just yet, 71, but take note again of that dew point temperature, 51. So that's a good spread in both that temperature and dew point number, which again indicates that drier air. 49, that's where we'll head for the night tonight. Evening shower, isolated thunderstorm. Again, better coverage going to be to our west. We'll see some isolated activity, but again, nothing widespread here as we go through the night. Some patchy fog will be possible. We're up to 69 for tomorrow afternoon, so just a touch cooler than where we were today. We'll see that warming trend take place as we go throughout not only the end of this week, but also into the beginning of next week. Another weak system kind of works through for the weekend, but the warmth building out east, that spreads to our east. I should say the warmth building out west spreads to our east, and that'll keep our temperatures climbing, likely getting back above average. So you see after tomorrow, we've got some 70s in store. A couple of comfortable, cooler overnights too with those numbers in the 40s, and then we're right back in the 50s by the end of the week.
Sort of like steady as she goes for that 7 days. Thanks, Candace.
Scott's in next with sports.
The news is as bad as it gets for Aaron Rodgers following his injury last night. We'll learn why that injury is also costly for the Packers.
Now sports with sports director Scott Leber.
Oh, the Aaron Rodgers era with the Jets was fun while it lasted. It is over, at least for this season. An MRI today showed that Rodgers has a complete tear of his left Achilles tendon, so he is done for the year. His left foot got caught in the artificial turf at MetLife Stadium last night when he was being tackled by Leonard Floyd. Rodgers has been critical of turf surfaces in the past. Several other NFL players have come out today criticizing the turf also. A new version of field turf was just installed at the stadium this year. It's supposed to help reduce injuries, but the players say true grass is the way to go. Rodgers will still get paid $35 million by the Jets this year, despite playing only 4 snaps. This injury is also costly for the Packers. They needed Rodgers to play in 65% of the Jets' offensive snaps this season to get a first-round draft pick from the Jets. Now, they'll settle for a second-round pick. The Bears coaches are game planning for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and a big part of that plan should include finding ways to get the ball into DJ Moore's hands. In the opening loss to the Packers, the Bears got it to him only twice in the second quarter. That was it. Matt Eberflus knows he and his staff will look like fools if they allow that to happen again.
Again, it's important for us to be able to get the ball to our best skill. We need to do that. We need to do that as an offense, and we have to do a better job there. Where the play is designed for him to go there sometimes, yep, and they had some different coverages rolled up to him at times and different things that they were doing. But we certainly have to find ways to feed DJ and feed our skill.
The Cubs are still 3 games back of the Brewers. They will play again tonight in Colorado. They won there last night 5-4, rallying by scoring twice in the top of the 9th on a 2-run base hit right here by Yan Gomes. Tonight, Javier Assad is set to take the hill, and most importantly, top prospect Pete Crow Armstrong will make his big league debut for the Cubs. He will play in center field and bat 8th. That's sports. We'll be right back.
Some areas of the state line may get in on a little bit more rain.
Yeah, we've had a couple of showers and a few isolated thunderstorms kind of work across parts of northwest Illinois, but the problem with them kind of working further east, we've got some dry air. Dew point temperatures dropped, so we need moisture and to be able to keep those moving through. So a lot of them are kind of drying up just a little bit. On the first Warn interactive radar, we'll hang on to a couple of isolated showers and a few thunderstorms here as we go through this evening, but a better chance will be to the southwest of us across parts of Carroll and Whiteside counties. Temperatures tonight will drop into the upper 40s to right around 50 degrees. May see some fog, so another cool night tonight. Cooler start tomorrow, and then we're in the 70s by the end of the week.
That looks good. All right, thanks, Candace.
And thank you for spending some of your time with us. Stay safe.